jetzt wieder Käse und heran. Hier mit meinem Let's Play von Ace Attorney Investigations, Prosecutor's Path. Beim letzten Mal haben wir jetzt endlich mal Gustavia vor uns stehen und wollen ihn jetzt mal im geistigen Schachspiel, wollen mal im Schachgeistigen seine Barriere endlich durchbrechen. Das wird schön. During the contest 18 years ago, Mr. Gustavia collaborated with Mr. Dover. I wonder, what made them decide to cooperate in the first place? That's what I need to draw out from him, but... Ach du Scheiße! 4 Schachfiguren! Ah! It seems he pretends to meditate when things aren't going his way. First, I'll ask about why he collaborated with Mr. Dover. The truth has been hidden for 18 years. That ends today. Okay, los geht's! Why did you decide to collaborate with Isaac Dover? Sir Dover and I were already acquaintances, even before the contest began. Since he was interested in the contest, he simply decided to enter it together. Joining forces with a sculptor. You weren't confident in your own abilities? You know nothing about me. You wanted to make great works together. Bleiben wir mal gechillt. Sir Dover's son and my own attended the same elementary school. We all got along with from the start. Really? So, were you going to share the title of World's Greatest Pastry Chef together? Da hält er die Schnauze. Ach komm. As expected, he pretends to meditate when things aren't going his way. Mr. Dover was a sculptor. I doubt he had any interest in the title of the world's greatest pastry chef. In that case, where did his true goal lie? Indeed, my goal was the title of the world's greatest pastry chef. However, Sir Dover's goal was the grand prize, the angel's recipe. I see. You cooperated because your interests were aligned. But there must have been a reason why your partnership soured. Sir Prosecutor, I am the victim of a poisoning. If you're going to suspect me in this manner, you will dishonor your family. Or perhaps I'd better return to the infirmary. Wait a moment. In that case, you should end things soon. I am not a patient man. It seems he's trying to leave. I can't let that happen. He's still hiding something. Next, I should ask him about his true goal. Okay. I need to keep the pressure on him while being cautious of the time. So. Did you have another goal besides the title? The title alone doesn't seem to have much value. How dare the likes of you insult the title of a confectionery artist? My only goal was the title itself. I had no interest in anything else. My dream was to become the world's greatest pastry chef. Na, wir provozieren ihn nicht, wir warten. 18 years ago, I was lacking in design sense. However, things are different now. Oh, are you saying you have improved at your craft? Exactly, for I have traded at the Republic of St. Far. Nee, wir provozieren ihn auch nicht nochmal. Yes, at the time I also studied Mr. Master's works. I would often watch his show with my son. So, you were studying Mr. Master's work to improve your own skills. If you had his recipes, perhaps it would have been easier for you to become the world's greatest. Perhaps. To a pastry chef, Sir Master's recipes were worth their weight in gold? If becoming the world's greatest pastry chef was your goal, you should have also been interested in a grand prize, the angel's recipe. No! The recipes of the world's greatest pastry chef. I would be lying if I said that it wasn't interested. However, I wouldn't think that simply being interested would be a problem. I wonder about that. The angel's recipe's true nature was not for making desserts, but cures. And all of the contest participants should have been aware of that. Looks like I'm getting close. He isn't meditating anymore. Oh, jetzt ist er ein entehrter Samurai. Jetzt will er uns zerhacken. Now to slowly but surely drive him into a corner. Ah, danke für die Zeit. Ich bin... Danke. Next, I'll ask what he planned to use the recipe book for. Did you intend to win the angel's recipe and use it to make desserts? Of course. If I obtained the angel's recipe, I was going to use it in my training. I hear the angel's recipe was worth a lot of money. I don't know the exact details, but that recipe book was much too valuable to be sold. Jetzt schweigt er wieder. You seem to know quite a lot about the angel's recipe. It was explained to all the contest participants at the beginning of the contest. In that case, you must know about the recipe's book's true nature. That is, that it was not a recipe book for desserts at all. Impressive, Sir Prosecutor. So you know the true nature of the angel's recipe. You ordered your family. The angel's recipe. Some have called it the ultimate recipe book. It contained formulas for new medicines that were not yet on the market. He knew the recipes were actually formulas for the new medicines. This could be a useful clue. The angel's recipe. Did you know its true value? Silly question. It contains some master's best dessert recipes. Any pastry chef worth their salt would want it. Looks like that clue will come in handy. Oh ja, aber hardcore, weil er hat schon gesagt, dass er weiß, dass darin Rezepte für Medizin ist. You may have studied design in St. Far. However, your skills in lying could use more work. You just said earlier that the angel's recipe contained formulas for medicines. You weren't interested in desserts. You wanted the medicine formulas. Na, jetzt schweigt er natürlich wieder. Ah ja, klar. Now, why would a pastry chef such as yourself be so interested in medicine? Perhaps what you were really after was the information about the new medicine. No! I've underestimated you, Sir Prosecutor. Yes, my goal was more than just the title of the world's greatest pastry chef. At the time, my son was ill. I needed a recipe for the medicine. Your son was ill? Tell me more about that. To protect my son's honor, I must honor him. I can say no more. Judging by the worried look on his face, I must have struck a nerve. Next, I need him to tell me more about his son's illness. Ich bohre ja nicht unbedingt gerne darum, aber okay. This is it. This will be my final move of the game. Okay. Okay. Reden wir einfach mal so Smalltalk mit ihm. What kind of person was your son? Ah, my boy! My boy! He loved the desserts I made. Did you enter the contest solely for your son? The prosecutor, you could never understand the feelings a father has for his son. I wanted nothing more than to cure my boy's illness. Ich will mal nicht behaupten, dass dass daran was nicht stimmt. Ich glaube schon, dass der ein guter Vater ist. Ich meine, wenn er schon allein einfach nur dran teilnehmen möchte, um seinen Sohn zu heilen, das spricht für sich. Until the semifinals, my son would always drop by the contest venue to play. Is that so? Wouldn't you get in your way? I thought you had time to care for your son while you were challenging Mr. Master. That may be so, but I wanted to grant my son's wish. He said he always wanted to be the first to eat my desserts. Okay. About your son. If he was so sick, wouldn't it be difficult for him to come and play with you? My son's illness. It wasn't life-threatening. That might serve as a clue. Okay. Did the angel's recipe have the only clue? Yes. So the medicine is being sold everywhere now. At the time, the recipe book was my own and only option. That's why I continued making my desserts without joining the others for tea time. So you weren't interested in what Mr. Master was making? You sure seemed confident in your chances of winning. So. I couldn't be bothered to pay attention to the other contestants' desserts. I don't think so. You just said earlier that you studied Mr. Master's works. In addition, if your goal was to win the contest in order to get the medicine formula, you must have been curious about the other contestants' entries as well. There was time to sample the other desserts during the contest, but none of their entries had any flavor. So I didn't want to eat any of it. I suspect dass sie ihre Familie dishonored haben. I may have been a bit nervous as well. So everything he ate tasted flavorless. This could be a useful clue. Na gut, dann letzte Frage dazu. What was the name of your son's illness? Sir Prosecutor, how insensitive of you. My son was seriously ill. Why not be discussing this with the likes of you? Looks like that clue will come in handy. Ja, hat doch selbst gesagt, dass die Krankheit nicht lebensbedrohlich ist. You told me your son's illness was not life-threatening. Is there really a need to be so secretive about it? It was enough to keep him from living a normal life. That must have been difficult for your son. I tried everything I could to cure his illness. It wasn't fair for the poor boy. He could never taste the dessert he loved so much. Moment. Ach, könnte es vielleicht sein... Zu fett, genau. Nee, er hat genau das gleiche wie Master. The angel's recipe contains a cure for a certain illness. A remedy that could also cure Mr. Master's taste disorder. What? He had it too? He had it too, I see. So your son suffers from a taste disorder. Ugh! I didn't think you'd figure it out so quickly. In order to cure your son's taste disorder, you needed the recipe book. Wasn't that your true goal? It is as you say. Based on how he's acted up until now, it appears he is still hiding something. Looks like that clue will come in handy. Okay, lehnen wir uns mal ganz weit zum Fenster und sagen, dass er genau dieselbe Krankheit hat. Being unable to taste anything, regardless of what you eat, such a bitter illness. That reminds me, didn't you say something similar earlier? None of their entries had any flavor, so I didn't feel like eating any of it, wasn't it? Perhaps your son wasn't the only one who suffered from a taste disorder. It's hard to imagine being a successful pastry chef without a sense of taste. Perhaps what you really wanted was to cure yourself? That's completely ludicrous. 18 years ago, I made those desserts all by myself. Moment, nee, Quatsch, der hat doch hier mit Dings zusammengearbeitet. It seems you've caught yourself in a contradiction. Didn't you cooperate with Isaac Dover in the contest? You can hardly say you made the desserts all by yourself. No! You must take great pride in your abilities as a pastry chef. But to betray your pride and cooperate with another contestant. You did it all to cure your own disease! Well done, Sir Prosecutor. You honored your family. It's as you say. The one with the taste disorder is not my son. It is I. I dishonored my family. No one knew. I've kept it a secret for 18 years. It doesn't matter how long a secret is kept. If you lie before me, I will expose it. Dane Gustavia and Isaac Dover were both trying to obtain the recipes for the new medicines. Gustavia to cure his condition, and Dover most likely to sell the recipe book for money. For this reason, they entered the contest as a collaborative effort. And with that, Checkmate! Genau. Schachmatt. Complete. Schön! Hab ich dich jetzt endlich mal rausgeholt. Oh. Puh. Das war aber auch ein Kampf. I have never told this to anyone. Well done. As you say, I developed a taste disorder 18 years ago. Taste disorder? It was a severe disorder. I was unable to discern any flavor at all. It's the one illness as pastry chef dreads about all. Those symptoms sound a bit different from Mr. Master's taste disorder. Mr. Master's condition is known as hypogeusia. It simply causes a decreased sensitivity to certain specific flavors. I'm sure it has caused the master much pain too. After all, no medication was available to cure it 18 years ago. In order to cure your taste disorder, you would need Mr. Master's Angel's recipe. And that's why you entered the contest, am I correct? That was one of my goals. But I still had my sights set to the title of World's Greatest. When it comes to making desserts, I won't lose to anyone. Even without the ability to taste, I still have the utmost confidence in my flavors. Oh, so I presume you also prepared your dessert in the finals with the intent to win. That goes without saying. According to what Mr. Shields told us earlier, the evaluation of Mr. Gustavia's entry was up until the semi-finals. Mr. Gustavia's flavors and design were to my liking. Unfortunately, both the taste and appearance of his finals entry left much to be desired. It seems the dessert you made for the finals was not rated highly in regards to flavor. Mr. Gustavia, you will tell us about how you made your dessert during the finals. Very well. It seems I must teach your upstarts a lesson. Okay, dann versuch uns doch mal was beizubringen. Sir Dover and I cooperated until the finals. I handled the flavor, he was in charge of the design. However, for the finals, I wanted to challenge the master with my own skills. I helped Sir Dover make his entry, but I made mine completely on my own. If the flavor of my entry wasn't good enough, my own lack of training was to blame. How about that, Sir Prosecutor? This is the truth of 18 years ago, and with that, I disordered your family. I can't find any contradiction in his testimony. Well, of course he isn't going to fess up that easily. This guy's been on the run for 18 years after all. Guess we'll just have to keep on pressing him until he breaks, eh? Yes. Muss man ja wohl. Entkräftung! Dessert for the finals. Gut, dann wollen wir doch mal. So. Ah ja. Okay. Up until the finals, I heard that you received high praise for the flavor of your desserts. Was there some sort of accident during the finals? Nothing of the sort. I simply was unable to taste my work due to my taste disorder. My intuition must have been off, that's all. Then, was your intuition fine while making Mr. Dover's entries? How could there be such a huge difference between the finals and the previous day? We're not getting anywhere at this rate. Should I change the topic? Okay, dann das erste. So you're sure there wasn't anything different between the semifinals and the finals? Yes, that's right. Aside from not cooperating with Sir Dover, the finals weren't much different from the semifinals. Okay. Und lehnen wir uns mal zurück. Their son, ja. Came to visit. Up until the finals. Das ist es nämlich hier. Gustavias Sohn kam immer zu den Vorstellungen. Aber dann beim Finale war er nicht da. There was another difference between the semifinals and finals. This photo depicts your son. We know he came to visit you up until the finals. That is correct. What does that have to do with anything? Your son, who always came to see you through the semifinals, was not present for the finals. And then it was only in the finals that your flavor judged poorly. I don't believe this to be a mere coincidence. Ah ja, ich verstehe. Your son's visit must have been very important to you, were they not? A father can work miracles when his son is watching. With my son cheering me on, I was able to make the most delicious desserts.
Mr. Gustavia sure sounds like a good father, doesn't he?
If what he's saying is the whole truth, one could say so. But just hearing his son's cheers wouldn't be enough to change the taste of his desserts. In confectioner, confident in his sense of taste, develops a taste disorder. It would have been difficult for him to maintain the taste of his desserts. Your son came to cheer you on. Was that really all he did? You seem very doubtful, Sir Prosecutor. In that case, I'll turn this round and ask you. What else could my elementary school son have done besides cheer me on?
Ganz einfach. Er könnte deine Gerichte probiert haben.
I'm sure your elementary school son would have remembered the taste of your desserts. Of course, my son always loved my desserts. In that case, he would have been able to test your dessert in your place. What did you say? Earlier, you told us that you have a taste disorder. I've never told this to anyone. Well done. As you say, I developed a taste disorder 18 years ago. No one else knew about your taste disorder. If Mr. Dover had found out, he would have ended your partnership. After all, you were in charge of the flavor. Da hält wieder die Schnauze. Your son didn't just cheer you on. He also helped you determine if your desserts tasted correct. No! Ah, I see. Mr. Dover's dessert was made the day before, so it still tasted good. What you're saying is quite amusing, Sir Prosecutor. You say that my elementary school son assisted me as a taste tester? You are insulting my pride and dishonoring my family. Your pride? It's true, I had no sense of design 18 years ago. However, I won't lose to anyone when it comes to flavor. You claim I would cast aside my pride and rely on my son? Don't get carried away with your foolish conjecture, you upstart! In that case, I'm sure your son can confirm if my theory is mere conjecture. Unfortunately for you, I no longer have a son. Bitte was? Was soll er damit sagen? Ist er weg? Ist er gestorben? Was? Okay, ganz easy. Ganz easy. Ich gehe jetzt erstmal was essen und beende den Part. Das war's von meinerseits. Egal ob positiv oder negativ, Bewertung war gern gesehen. Das war's von meinerseits. Wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder. Das muss ich erstmal verdauen. Sehr geil.